You've raised your children to be polite and friendly. But have you taught them when not to be?
Hi there. Do you live around here?
Uh-huh.
You going to school?
Yes.
Well, I could give you a ride.
Last year 50,000 children disappeared. Many of them from nice safe neighborhoods.
It's okay. Come on.
Progressive Democrats want to abduct and rape your children. Talk to your children about not talking to progressive Democrats today. Their future is in our hands.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Edging with Mom, Episode 3, We Can Say Negro. The following content is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, I chop up some of it. Some of the stuff I clear off of there.
Circumcise the video?
Yes. If there is a lot of dead air, I'll trim it out. If there is things that aren't funny, if I go on my famous rants, I edit that out. I hate
your world famous rants.
Yeah, bro. I hate hearing my shit back and being like, bro, shut up. You know what I mean? But a thing I noticed tonight sitting on my recliner, prepositional phrases,
is better for you.
I noticed that I remember when I was a kid, because I was looking at all these old cartoons from when I was a kid, so the 90s and 2000s, the aughts. A lot of cartoons that were popular at the time were like Dexter's Laboratory, Courage the Cowardly Dog, was the one where they all lived in the treehouse. Fucking, they were like some league of extraordinary children, and they all lived in the treehouse. And they like fucking fought crime and shit. Anyway, and then Hey Arnold, and anyway, I was noticing that if I didn't like the cartoon in like the first 5 or 10 minutes, I never gave that cartoon a second chance. So Hey Arnold I watched maybe 2 times, only because it was just either on in the background or nothing else was going on. And I hate Hey Arnold. I hate it. Like
Hey Arnold?
Like when I see to this day, let me finish.
It's just a bus stop.
To this day, when I see Hey Arnold,
to this day,
to this day, I think about when I was a kid, that feeling where I was like, ugh, I hate this show. And it's like an actual feeling of disgust. Like I just looked at like Roadkill or something. And I'm the same. I'm the same.
Football head might have freaked you out.
Yeah, well, I'm the same way about that fucking one where they live in the treehouse. You know the one I'm talking about? The main kid is British, and that's why I hated it. No, not Recess. I hated the little snitch in Recess. But I only watched Recess because in the morning when we got dropped off to school, I was in this early class where my mom dropped me off mad early for school, like 6 o'clock. School didn't start till 8. So there was this thing called SACC. There was a university in town in the city I lived in. And the university students that were going to be educators could come and get credits or babysitting the kids essentially in an empty classroom in the morning and the afternoons when the parents, like my single mom, couldn't get there to get them until 4 or 5 o'clock. Anyway, we used to watch Recess in there, and then the Ghostbusters animated series, which was way cooler than any of the movies, by the way.
Hell yeah.
But the show, what is it called, bro? Fuck, I can't. Somebody's listening to this and they're screaming the name at their fucking phone.
Well, we already started?
Yeah, bro, my bad.
Dude, I just wanted to tell you, just like, I can chop up this shit. I'm good for video editing. That's all I wanted to say. That's my point.
Well, I need you guys to give me more ideas for the memes in the beginning, because right now, I don't think the last one was very good, but my wife loved it. You thought it was the funniest thing ever, the retarded babies condom one?
Your self-doubt, you know?
I'm a perfectionist.
It cripples everyone.
A good enough is not good enough.
Yeah, me. You know how many times I want to beat your ass whenever you self-doubt, dude?
I mean, it'll be the last mistake you ever make. Anyway, I gotta figure it out. Cartoon,
liquor beat.
The liquor beat. Cartoon with treehouse. Fucking gay British kid.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door. Thank you. It says roly poly oly. Anyway, Google's fucking gay now. Google Gemini. George, show me a picture of George Washington.
Show me
Hey, that's
Dude,
Leroy
so
Washington. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's George Washington Carver. Yeah. So, anyway, I noticed that I hated it. I never gave any cartoon a second chance. Cat Dog. I watched like one episode and was like, this is dumb. Just because it didn't grab me right away. I was a child, bro. I was like 11. I said all of that to say, because, you know, Johnny Bravo, I love it. A lot of people hate it. Dexter's Lab, I loved it. A lot of people hate it. Ed, Edd n Eddy was one of my favorites. A lot of people don't like Ed, Edd n Eddy. I didn't like Kids Next Door just because of that snarky British kid. And because we had this exchange student when I was in like 4th grade. And he was from England. And he was from, fuck.
I think I vaguely remember something you told me about that a long time ago.
This was my first taste of British people, IRL. And he ruined it for all of them. We had this camp thing for the summer, and he was an exchange student for the summer, and he was there, and he always complained about the bugs and stuff. But
there's too many bugs, bruv.
We're all sitting around. I wish he was that cool. We're all sitting around the campfire, and all the boys.
Got my butt in it.
Don't get me wrong, I'm an animal lover, whatever. But all the boys were going into the bathroom. There were 2 bathrooms, girls and boys. Well, the girls' bathroom was obviously not in use because there were only boys at the camp this summer. So one of our tasks was, because every day we had tasks to keep us busy, clean out that bathroom because it's in the woods. Nature takes it back quickly. So we're cleaning out all these granddaddy longleg nests, right? And the boys decided we were going to put them all in a brown paper bag and then throw it in the fire. Right? He pitched a fucking bitch about this. Those are living beings. What are you doing? What are you doing that to them? And they were going, ee, you know. And he was like, they're screaming in pain. What are you doing? And I remember this one kid, this fat ass black.
Wait. The spiders scream.
Right. This fat ass black kid was like, is you retarded? That's air, bruh. That's air, bruh.
That's air, bruh.
Is you retarded? That's air, bruh. Anyway, he didn't have the southern accent, that black. He was funny. I can't remember his name. Probably Marcus or Jamal or Eugene. Let's be real. 90s black kids.
Montavious.
But yeah, then we were all, one night, we had found these, somebody had a Ziploc bag, and there was a bunch of, like, folded up porno cutouts in it. And we found it in the shower. There's the showers. It was so bad. Like, this shit was so, like, you could tell no one maintained it in the winter. The shower faucet, like the plate in the back of the faucet that attaches it to the wall, preventing water from going behind.
Perfect hole.
That came out. None of them were attached in any of the 6 showers, and it was just like a bathroom stall with a curtain. That was your shower. And this one kid was like, "Yo, look what I found! Look what I found!" So he was a Chinese kid, but he was American. But anyway, he was so excited. And I remember that was the first time I saw a Chinese guy naked. And his dick was so small, bro. It literally looked like a light switch.
It
Anyway,
literally looked like someone glued an acorn to the bottom half of their torso.
And I remember every time I'll tell people that story, and they're like, "Why was you looking at his dick?" This is why. We're all standing there. All right, the water was cold, so everybody jumped. The water instantly went cold, so we all jumped out of the showers. Right? It was the fucking camp counselors playing a trick on us, which in hindsight, applying today's logic to it would sound gay, but they hit us with the cold water. We all jumped out, and then that fat black kid again goes, "Hey, yo, look at his dick!" So we all instantly turned and looked at his dick. Anyway, he found all these porno cutouts. So after we all got out of the shower, we were all sitting around.
Wait. The Chinese kid.
The Chinese kid found all the porno cutouts.
Oh, didn't you tell me he got excited about finding faucets or something like that?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
You said something about faucets. I thought you said he got excited over faucets.
Sounds like a German World War II Nazi Hitler movie, like.
Well, so
finding faucets.
Oh, yeah. Finding faucets.
Finding faucets.
It's just like a bunch of it's a graveyard of faucets. Where like
that's how men deal with shopping with their wives. They make a World War II movie out of it in their head, and they feel like they're the protagonist. Finding faucets. The lingerie diaries.
Well, please continue. Black kid found a Chinese kid found a porno mag.
Letters from the
Black
Hallmark
kid
aisle.
found
So he finds a porno.
Black kid found Chinese.
Yeah. So was it fucking porn genre? He finds
Black kid finds China.
He finds there's a black dude in China on TikTok. He speaks fluent Chinese, Mandarin, I think, and it's I'm enamored with it, bro. Like he goes and picks wild weeds and
wild Chinese
and
women.
lettuce and stuff.
Well, we shouldn't be surprised, honestly, but the globalization, it's everyday sight, honestly. Really.
Yeah, fair.
I've
Don't
seen,
get me started.
all
All right, let me
kinds of ethnicities.
Let me finish
everywhere.
this before people. All right, we're all sitting around in the little lounge thing. There was like a lounge in the middle of the compartment. It was just like some tables around in a circle and chairs, and we're all looking at the stuff. And he wasn't the British kid. I don't even remember his name, bro. He was like not at all. He was always really smug and acted like he was better than us. That was one thing, and it wasn't like an insecurity that we had. He was always speaking down about American culture and the Americans and the things that we were interested, like the Granddaddy Longlegs. And he said the food was over seasoned. I remember he was like, I have salt and pepper on the table if I'd like to season my food. I'd rather they not season it for me. And I was just like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, so we're sitting around, we're looking at it. He's not amused at all. In hindsight, guy was 100% fucking gay. Okay, this kid was a homo, but we didn't know anything about that back then. Yeah. So,
what year was this?
Probably 90. I was about 8 or 9, so 98, 99. So we were like, "What's wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you, Brian?" That was
the year was 99, and it was gay.
So we were like, "What?" I said, "What's wrong with you, Brian?" And he goes, "I'm tired. I want to go to bed, but you're just making too much of a ruckus for us to get any sleep at all." And I was like, all right, bro, I'm fucking sick of you, dude. I was like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Hermione, they're being mean. They're being too noisy. And
My name's Hermione Granger.
Bro, he got so fucking mad, dude. Goes and tells on me.
Stop, I pooped from there.
He leaves, goes straight to the fucking counselor's cabin and tells on me. So that we were all teasing him. The next day, his parents came to get him.
Snatch.
Or his fucking
Nice.
exchange parents, whatever, came to get him. His responsible party. But... yeah, that's why I couldn't fucking stand the Kids Next Door British kid, because I saw that cartoon after that.
You're like, wow, this is
Simon.
like
that was his name, not Brian. I'm sorry. It reminded me of Simon, and I think that's the main character's name in Kids Next Door, if I'm not mistaken. I was like, that reminds me of Simon. I fucking hate him. And then British people had to earn their love with me ever since, bro. Except the ones I met in the Navy, they were cool.
You ever watch that show called Junkyard Wars?
Yes, bro. Yes, that shit was
They need
kick
to bring that
ass,
back,
bro.
dude.
Yeah, and you know what else, dude? I was just thinking about this. I watch Robot Wars all the time. Is it Robot Wars?
I think so.
The one where they battle the
BattleBots?
robots? BattleBots, thank you. I watch BattleBots all the fucking... I forgot the fucking name. All the time. And I think that's the coolest fucking shit ever. I mean, UFC's cool and shit, but BattleBots...
Junkyard Wars was so cool. They used to, like, have to build a boat out of anything in the junkyard.
Yeah, it was two
Make it
teams,
float
Helen, for the
and, like,
for
shoot
the
a fucking
context.
crossbow.
Yeah, so there were two teams, right? Sometimes four, and they were in a junkyard, and they had to build whatever the objective was, and then they had to test it, and whichever ones worked the best won. That was the gist of the.
And everybody was like an ex-aircraft mechanic or like some sort of silly little
They had
background.
engineering backgrounds. Yeah, the coolest one I saw was when they had to make the boat, and they had to make like motors out of just random shit, and
Yep.
that was awesome. But no, BattleBots, bro. If they had like a big name celebrity that was retired that they could hire to host that, so many more people would watch it. Cause that show is fucking
Wendy
sick,
Williams.
bro. There's this conspiracy going around about her.
Yeah, that she got medicated and like deleted. And
Yeah, now she's not black anymore. She's a plant for white people.
her big ass eyes just.
Oh, bro. Anytime you want to know the funniest fucking conspiracy theories, sorry, if you don't have any black friends you can ask,
Conspiracy theories, that's a
go on
funny
Black Twitter, bro. But anyway,
Black Twitter. I'm gonna make that a website.
it is. I mean, it probably is.
No, I mean.
How
just
you gonna
Black
take
Twitter.
what's
No, no,
ours?
no.
Nah,
There
B.
is a Black
How you
Twitter.
gonna take what's ours, B, and try to run it like it's your shit, B? Just like a white man. I don't think white people do that. I think Hebrews do. But anyway,
You go to Reddit, there's subreddits for that. Black Twitter. It's quite
Yeah.
literally what you said. Yeah.
Black Reddit, Black Twitter, Black YouTube. That's another thing,
It's a
bro.
screen caps of like Twitter.
They segregate themselves. This is a hill I'm gonna die on, or I'm gonna die shooting. I remember when I was in the military As soon as they got the opportunity to pick their own seats, because in boot camp and school,
They
all the way
picked it
through the
back.
pipeline, you can't pick your own seat.
Move
As
on
soon
back,
as they got the
Target.
opportunity to pick their own spots, they went to the farthest corner they could, and they all sat together. We didn't make them do that. We wanted to talk to them. We wanted, like, there were so many. I would watch people try to make friends with the black people, and them just be like, nah.
Self-segregation sabotage. No.
Nah, bro, these white people lame as fuck, bro. Get out of here. And then you go over there and they're talking about Dragon Ball Z and shit. It's like, you over here act like you're talking about top secret black domination shit, and you're over here like, nah, bro, because for real, I feel like maybe if Vegeta would have blended with Piccolo, you know, like Majin Buu did and shit, like it would have been all different, bro. But I mean, I'm like, they're talking about the same shit we talked about in 6th grade. There's no difference here in things that were in interests, you know. To be honest, there's there's more similarities than differences, but they chose to segregate themselves, and I'm talking 10 years ago, you know. And then I understand, like, prison. I get it, right? You're more atavistic, and everyone is just trying to
rape you.
They're gonna. Well, there's no rape in prison because of Priya.
No, I've been in prison. I've been raped.
We have to respect his experience as a survivor of sexual assault. But yeah, that's the one thing I noticed, bro. They do it. I mean, you go to like the club I go to the most down here close to me. I know all the black people here. I'm cool with all of them. You know what I'm saying? I do and sell cocaine. Do with that info what you will. I don't sell it anymore. I used to. I'm a good man. I'm very ashamed of my past criminal exploits. But they know me. I walk in.
No, we're gonna write that down for the court. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Please continue.
When you walk in, to the right, there's a dance floor, the DJ bench, way up on a bench like a judge. There's the bar, and then on the left, big row of pool tables, and then the video poker machines and stuff in the back. The black people all sit right at the left in the corner immediately when you walk in the door, and they got that whole quarter part of the pool tables. They won't let anybody play pool, even if they're not playing pool. I mean, they let me, but they won't let most people. And most people, this is a military town, most people are spooked of, probably not a good term, most people are intimidated by black people. By the way, we can say Negroes again now, right? Because they're coming out with a movie called like the Academy of Extraordinary Negroes. So that's cool.
Well, at work I served frijoles, Negro.
Yeah, so we're just throwing Negro around now, right? I mean, what does NAACP stand for?
Frijoles Negros.
Oh, wait, that's
no,
colored
dude,
people.
no, stop saying that.
No, we can say Negro
Stop
now.
it.
We can say Negro. We can
You
say
can't say Negro.
When I
Think
was
about
a child,
the future.
Now I'm an adult.
It's a
In
color.
Between that time, my knee growed.
My knee grew. But yeah.
Think about the future of this thing right here, man. They're gonna dig up this shit, man, if you put it on.
Yeah, and we're gonna be praised for
I can't be
standing up for free
racist, bro.
speech.
I'm part Jewish.
I'm part.
That's what I'm gonna say. My people for millennia were
Ah,
enslaved.
Skanda,
Don't you know that the pharaohs, they enslaved us? The Bible that none of us believe, no one believes in. None of us Jewish people believe in the Bible, but we quote it when we want to talk about slavery because we weren't really slaves. It's only in the Bible that we claim isn't true or real. Ashanda. They've created the goyim of us. They don't believe in the Bible.
Goyim.
We don't believe the Bible was real, but we swear Israel is the chosen land for us, the chosen people. Well, what are you citing? What reference are you citing? Where did you get that? The Bible, the one that's not real. I don't believe it. Anyway, I hope people can see the
You
hypocrisy.
could honestly voice act an entire show. Like, you could like 6 characters just talking to each other. You doing all of them would be so fun. Like on some Seth MacFarlane shit, dude. Like,
I'm trying to do that. I finally got the SpongeBob laugh down.
I swear to God.
Just like that. Patrick. You know? Oh, hey, SpongeBob. Yeah. Still can't get to Steve-O, bro. Yeah, man, I drink fucking acid for Knoxville. I can't get it. Anyway, my wife has to deal with me walking around my house trying to perfect my impressions. So I'm just in the house while she's like playing her little phone games or, you know, talking to her person she's having an affair with, probably because her husband's an impressionist who does a podcast and streams. And I'm just going, Knoxville. Hey, man, what's up, dude? You know, she's got to hear me doing that all day until I perfect it. And then once I get a voice, I have to do it for 2 hours so that I learn the muscle memory. Like,
Like when I realized I could do Jesse Ventura, and I kept doing it over and over again, and now she fucking gets angry anytime I snap into this accent. She'll be like, "Stop! Stop it!"
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said I should have called this podcast ADD or snorting Adderall with mom. My ADD.
Yeah,
bro.
isn't it? Is it too late to rebrand again?
No more rebrands.
Seriously, it sounds better. It sounds better. I already like it.
Weaponized.
Yeah, recognize.
Weaponized autism. The podcast.
Look, you're the one who put these fucking videos unlisted, right? That's what you told me the first two ones.
Yeah, but we're not changing the name again. I already got a logo. Okay, listen. I said all that shit about the cartoons and shit. About how, as a fifth grade 11, 12-year-old, I instantly... If I didn't instantly like it, I wouldn't go back. I never gave it a second chance. That's the thing that people do with streaming and YouTube. Because when I used to stream full-time, and I was really... now I just do it whenever I feel like it, right? But when I used to do it full-time, drop videos full-time, YouTube tells you in the creator tips, I swear to God, bro, it says... Keep everything at a 5th grade comprehension level. Not reading level, not comprehension level. What it means by that is, think about all of your viewers like a 5th grader. Am I doing enough bells and whistles, sparkles and fart noises for this fucking retard, this 95 IQ retard, you know, to be like, hell yeah, I'm gonna subscribe. You know, I don't know why I did a southern accent, because I'm gonna tell you this, another thing. Most of the southern people I've met have been intelligent. You want to see fucking retarded people? Go to Washington State on the West Coast. Seattle, Tacoma, Bremerton. Everybody up there is a goddamn airhead, bro. They walk around just oblivious to the dangers that could be posed around them, you know? Every person I met up there was this leftover fucking childless hippie that still thought the world went by their fucking warped sense of, like, love trumps evil bullshit. It's like, I could punch you in the nose right now, beat your nose flat on your face, you know, and then drag you in your house, rob you, and burn this house down, and they're gonna think you had a heart attack or something. Most fucking most bodies they find don't even get an autopsy. Did you know that?
Spontaneously.
I've been watching so much fucking true crime shit with SpouseBot. Most bodies they find, they're like, well, you know, cold case files. When investigators went back and looked at the file, they found that Charlene Aubrey had several... That the small puncture wounds that were described, the tiny puncture wounds, were in fact very large gashes made by a machete. No one cared to investigate further. It's like that coroner was just some town drunk that was like, yeah, I've been drinking formaldehyde all night. I ain't looking into that. Of course, I did a southern accent again, but most of the time these are in like Michigan, California. You know,
the knife was factory new.
Yeah, it's like the knife still protruding from her back. Oh no, she fell on it. You know, it's like they never did autopsies back then. They were just open and shut. They didn't want to do any work. There's no. By the way, again, ADD. I got curious the other day because
autism disorder.
Yeah, I was like. Also, I took notes on things I wanted to talk about during this podcast. I haven't even touched on them yet, and we're 22 minutes in. Yeah, so I was curious the other day. I said, I wonder why we just stopped hearing about serial killers. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, serial killers were all the rage.
Surveillance.
And then Columbine happened. And then I was thinking, okay, it's because serial killers didn't really get coverage anymore because people just thought, it's never going to happen to me, right? So then the new serial killer fear is school shootings. Oh, they'll kill my kids, right?
Yeah. It's more popular. It's more concerning.
It got more
children.
More of a, you know.
But, yeah, but it got a little more scarier.
Yeah, but now
it got a little more personal.
Now then in like the late 2010s and stuff, that stopped being scary. So then it became terrorist attacks on American soil, you know, and then that stopped being a thing. The funniest thing is, if you look into all of these, I don't care how mad you get, dear listener. I invite you to go look into it for your goddamn self. The reason that they don't talk about serial killers anymore is because the overwhelming majority, the FBI say that there are an estimated 250 serial killers active in America right now. That's a lot. I want you to go and look at the overwhelming majority.
251.
251. Of what is the common denominator between the ethnicities of the captured serial killers since the year 2000? And what?
No, stop.
And who are they? I'm not going to say it. And who are they killing? Overwhelmingly, what is that demographic? The demographic of victim and the demographic of serial killer. And who are they killing?
Well, if I had to guess, white on black.
I would just say, look it up, buddy, and look it up, buddy, because I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna say that I led you to any conclusions.
No, lecture me. I need to get lectured.
That would be your voice if you had like a 𝓦𝓲𝓽𝓱 type YouTube channel and you had to read out comments. That would be the YouTube comment reading voice.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean, Archie?
What are you saying?
Buddy.
Why can I do SpongeBob but not Steve-O? I don't know. Anyway, God, my wife hears this. This is why this is why I have to pay the retarded prostitute to have sex with me. Yeah. Wait, I'm retarded? The hooker I have sex with, she's drooling on me. I'm like, I thought she was retarded. She's just on fentanyl. That's why her face looks like a rag hanging on a doorknob. I thought she had downs, bro. Anyway, fuck, bro.
I gotta ask, why do you call your
wizard sleeve?
Why do you call your wife a spouse bot? The fuck is that?
It is. It's like a thing I came up with one day because I was like, I don't want to call her by her name because she doesn't want me to.
It's also like comedically objectifying, but also like it's just funny.
Yeah, I call her wifetron, spouse bot. Like she's an inanimate object that, you know. I get used to it, okay? I'm ahead of the curve, as always.
I'm more than used to it. I've been hearing that fucking term for like 2 years now.
Well, I remember like 2 years ago, I made this Facebook post and a tweet on my old Twitter. I said, "Hi, I'm just back from the future. I have this whole run of these." And I said, "Hi, it's me, Archie."
Wait, you still post on Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
Like 2 years ago?
Dude, I still post on Facebook today, and I get mad impressions. Y'all don't realize how many people are on. More people use Facebook than anything.
No, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, Facebook is still popular.
And TikTok. Facebook and TikTok are more popular than Twitter or Instagram or Threads or whatever. So I posted about 2 years ago. It just popped up in my memories a little while back, but now I'm gonna have to dig through and find it. I said, "Hey, it's me, Archie, just back from the future. Scarlett Johansson is suing an AI porn company for using her likeness in a pornography." It was right when AI came out. I knew I could foresee that this was going to happen. They were going to start doing celebrities. The company is commission based and will put your whoever's face you want on a porn actress's or actor's body. And it's commission based, so you could have your wife fucking Shane Diesel if you were some cuck faggot, and it would look just like your woman, right? So guilty. And then so I made that tweet. Now Taylor Swift is suing some fucking AI thing for all this porn that's coming out with her face on it. And the thing is, if you look at the porn. Because I was talking to a buddy about it, and he's like, it's so funny. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, the porn, it's not even porn. It's like people memeing on her with like humiliation porn. So it's not like Taylor Swift makes love to fan the AI porn.
It's like the
making porn stars cry where they shave their heads and shit. Dude. And it's like, oh man, yeah. But anywho, yeah, that's stuck.
Anywho, can we get to the more pressing issue? I got a story.
You got a story? Let's hear it.
No, well, it's very
I need
simple.
a slide whistle for this, so like I can have sound effects going, like a and then like woo, whoop, you know. Slide whistle. Anyway, go ahead.
This is not much of a story, but just a tidbit about me. I went to, I was walking on the street, right, in Manhattan, and I needed to find a place, right? So I walk into this Chinese, takeout like store. What do you call this? Chinese restaurant?
Takeout? Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just wanted to find a bathroom so I can shoot up some heroin. But then I But I saw a table of cops having lunch, so I just quickly turned around 180 and I went out of there. I had to find a different place. Starbucks, maybe. I don't know.
Star Cup.
Yo, Savage, how are you not laughing? He said I had to go find a bus and trying to find a bathroom to shoot heroin. But every restaurant has cops. And then I went across the street and I'm like, oh my God, there's no cops in here. I open the door, there's another guy OD'd on heroin in there. There's not cops here now, but there will be. And if I shoot up, they're going to think I did it. Yeah. They're at least going to drag me in for questioning. And by the time I get out of there, I'll be jonesing so bad I eat my foot. Yeah, man. Fuck.
I know. It's a shame. I fucking hate America, dude. Fuck.
Oh, speaking of hating America, we got some hate from a viewer who said I was besmirching George Washington on the last podcast. I was not. I was not.
Someone. I knew it.
Theodore Roosevelt Jr.
First of all, fuck George
I knew it.
Washington.
Somebody was gonna have negative opinions about that conversation we had last time.
Let me
about
just
George
say
Washington.
this. I wasn't saying he was a bad guy. All I was saying is he's Negan. Okay, he was a Negan. All right. If you don't watch Walking Dead, I can't help you. If you're that culturally illiterate, he was Negan. All right. It wasn't that he was bad. It's that he made his way to the top, and then when everybody was like, "Hey, we're not paying taxes," he was like, "We're gonna rebel." He was like, "We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. That's behind us." Yeah, I know. I get it. The revolution was about taxes, and you guys are like, "Fuck that. I just lost my brother and all 7 of my sons for this, and we're not doing that anymore." You know. I mean, if you don't want to listen, I can have them shoot you. You know. We can bury you right next to the redcoats. You know, with their bad teeth. But if you don't want to listen, that's what. And then they shot them all. Now, for those of you who don't know about the Whiskey Rebellion, just go look into it. I'm not very far off. I'm not saying he was a bad guy. He was our first president, and he was a fucking Scotsman. I'm part Celt. I'm half Irish. I fuck with him, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm redheaded. So was he. The guy was a Negan. That's all I'm saying. He wasn't a Rick. He was a Negan. Okay?
Oh, no rules here, man. We're lost.
Yeah.
That's my best Big Rhymes impression.
Coral. You don't know what I've had to put up with. What I've had to go through to get us here. No, it's not good. Daryl, man, he's my favorite, bro. Carl, what are you thinking, man? Well, what's the woman's name whose husband beat her and then they killed him and now she's like a badass? The one that's always with Daryl, except now he's in France for some reason. He somehow floated there.
You know they're making a new Walking Dead.
The one who shot the little girl. The one was like, "Look at the flowers, baby." The little girl that went nuts. Carol?
They're making no.
Yeah, no, they're making a bunch of new ones. There's like 7 spin-offs right now.
You think if we dropped chickens out of planes with little parachutes on them, that it would like teach them over time how to fly in their DNA?
Yeah, but it would take thousands of. Well, I don't know, because they said, I don't know how long it would take. I feel like the whole guesstimation of how long it takes for alterations to occur, like mutations naturally in DNA. I love how I just instantly switched to my autistic hat. They said since the year 2000, human DNA, sorry, the year 0. So 2024 years ago, according to the Roman calendar. Which is the calendar. That's why you say after death and before Christ, motherfucker. Anyway, they say that since in the last 2,024 years, the human DNA has changed 7%, which is pretty fucking astronomically high if you think about that short span of time, on the grand scheme of things. Because we're so insignificant. They say we're insignificant. People say this all the time. When I was in college, I used to hear the first time. I used to hear this a lot. Humans are so insignificant in the time span of Earth. Really, bro? We're insignificant? Like, we're the fucking...
We already shot shit in space.
We're the fucking... We're the hood ornament on the fucking Rolls Royce. Without without the hood ornament, it's just a big ugly ass car. Right? That doesn't steer well. It's a boat. You know, and I'm telling you, we're the gold tooth in the rapper's grill, okay? We are the precipice. We're the ones that are going to control the weather. If we don't already. We're going to we made the world our bitch. We made this planet our bitch. We can go all around it in a day. We've been to the bottom of the ocean. We've been to the farthest farthest level of the atmosphere. What is the troposphere or the stratosphere is the highest?
The Trumposphere.
The Trumposphere.
The Trump, even Trump is taking over that
I
shit.
got to the Trumposphere. I said, "Whoa, this is
I
too
said,
high."
"Whoa."
I said, "I think we could get." I looked at my assistant. I said, "Can we get a hotel up here?" Anyway, penthouse suite. Up in outer space, zero gravity, penthouse suites. Let me tell you, I thought about this. Incredible. Let me tell you, I can't hear my voice, so I don't know how good it is. I need some open back headphones.
Now, well, I need to be. This is a sensitive topic. My number one job as president and commander in chief is
that
the
Obama?
safety of the U.S. people. Yeah.
I used to do this one okay, I used to notice that, and I swear it was the fucking unions, the film unions that did this. There were all these movies that came out in the Obama era, and they would always have his presidential picture in the movie. And every time I would see it, I'd go,
Michelle, get in here.
Obama.
Michelle, bring the girls. Do you see that? Right? That, girls, is your father. I am on television. Now have a look. That's not going anywhere. Because movies are forever.
and I would, every time, I would see that, and I would go, Michelle, get in here. And Spouse would laugh, right? And be like,
They put me in a movie. Let me be clear.
anyway, I haven't done that in a while. I got to work on it. But yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I know you're not. I know I'm not supposed to bring it up, but if you just made a Obama plays Daisy, or Trump plays Daisy,
I don't know if I could commit.
Just 10 minutes.
An entire
dumb
episode.
shit.
An entire episode of streaming video games. See, I don't even feel like I'm doing it good right now. I got to do the Joe Rogan called me a man baby, and then I got it. Joe Rogan called me a man baby. No, see, that's not good. Joe Rogan called me a man baby. I can't get it right now. Fuck. Why can't I get it right now? I hate this. Anyway.
It's hard. It's not easy.
Billions
Speaking
and
from a guy who
billions
can't
of
even do it at all.
dollars. Yeah, but you have a cool ass accent, you know. I told him I
I-
said
I'm
billions
not
and
sure of that.
billions. Yeah, I think you have a really cool accent.
No, come on. Suck me off a little more. Come on. What do I got?
No, I mean, think of like, okay, the first time I met Helen, dear listener.
Yeah. Bless you.
Cut that out. We were playing a video game. In this video game, there was a police station. He was inside with another fella, and I started having a conversation with them from outside, inside in the game.
That's
And I thought he was a grown man because of how funny he was
Because of how big his penis was.
and the joke he made, which he pretends to be this really PC guy, this really progressive guy. But in this joke, I said, that's a really cool accent. He said, you got a cool accent too. And I said, do an impression of my accent. And he goes, my daddy took me in the pickup truck and we
That's not it.
went down and we bought a bunch of beeps. But he said it with a hard ER. And I laughed so hard. And then I got banned on Twitch. But it was worth it.
Yeah.
I met my friend Helen, and the rest is history. And then I found out he was 15. After we made all these plans to like meet up IRL and go party, I realized he was a teenager and had to pump the brakes. I was like, whoa!
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, you told me about it and everything. Want to meet up, smoke some WEED. I'm not going to say it. It's bad.
I don't smoke weed.
WMD, weapons of mass.
Mescaline,
Weapons of
LSD,
erectile
cocaine,
dysfunction.
heroin, fentanyl, yeah, everything.
Well,
The whole package.
at the time I was like traveling a lot, so stopping in New York and kicking it, or whatever, would have been no problem. But then, because I thought because you sound older. I know I sound like every pedo they catch on To Catch a Predator right now. I thought he was 18. I just didn't think about. Speaking of, I just watched American Pie with my wife and son. My son's 16. He's been talking about American Pie. He always brings up random movies, and I know that he heard about them either in school or on his Discord. So, we're watching American Pie.
You're a progressive dad, huh? The son uses Discord, and so does father.
I'm not strict on him because I'll tell you, my mother was extremely strict, because she really, not for our safety or anything, just because it was the only power she had in her life was making us miserable with her unrealistic draconian fucking rules she had. We couldn't watch The Matrix because it was too graphic and said God wasn't real. That was what she said.
Remember the first time you watched it though?
Yeah, it was
that
fucking
not the
dope.
coolest fucking thing ever?
Yeah, and then I watched Mind Warp and realized the Wachowski trannies ripped the whole thing off to make The Matrix.
What the fuck is this? I just watched
Which
this.
is why the second two fucking sucked, barring the scene in Reloaded with the Ducati and the car chase and shit. But
And the next scene.
yeah, watch that whole fucking scene with the French guy and the girl having
the
an
French
orgasm
guy.
with the cake and shit. That was so. I can tell you, you are a lot more disrespectful than your predecessors. Anyway,
Yeah, I'll never understand why Matrix 2 and 3. It's just
yeah,
so
the
dog
first
shit.
one was great.
They
but then
really
when you-
dropped the ball.
But then you watch Mind Warp and you're like, they just ripped this off. Rob Zombie ripped it off for House of a Thousand Corpses, and no one knows what fucking Mind Warp is. Anyway, there's another movie that they ripped off called something Barry's Mind or. Anyway, it's got the guy from Evil Dead in it, the main guy.
Evil Dead, Walking Dead,
No, Evil Dead, the movie.
I love Walking Dead. Dude.
All right, what the
You know
fuck?
the really
Walking
soon new Walking
Dead.
Dead?
Let me get back to American Pie because we only got 20 minutes left, and I'm not going over an hour this week. I'm
Dude,
sleeping.
please, Walking Dead.
So, I'm gonna check out the new Dead City spinoff, though, the one about New York. But anyway, yo, they did a Walking Dead on a submarine, like a short episode, and it was the Pennsylvania 735. That was my boat. That's a submarine I was on.
You were on it?
Yeah, the Pennsylvania 730. I wasn't on the show, but it was my boat. That was based on my boat, my pig. Anyway,
You on the show? You're nice, dude. That's really cool.
I was on one TV show one time, unless you count all the times I was on the news. But
That's black.
yeah, see, you keep fucking me up, Helen, you fucking Russian fuck.
I'm not even Russian. Not even Russian.
I thought
Please
you were
continue.
Russian. I thought you were
You
Russian.
Belarusian fuck.
I thought you were born in Russia, then moved to Germany, then moved to America.
Well, that's depending on what person I'm talking to. Yeah,
Hey,
but
wait, I had
American
an
Pie.
idea. Speaking of Russian,
American
Wait,
Pie.
no. You're telling me you didn't live in Russia till you were like 11.
I can't speak Russian.
I know, that's how I know you lived there.
Oh, good. So everything's
speaking of
cleared up,
Russians,
right?
can I say something?
Of course, please go ahead.
What if we made it like if we went up to random people
Mm-hmm.
and we were just like, hey, I know you're a spy. And at some point you're actually gonna hit a spy with that. And it's gonna
Yeah,
really
it's the guy.
fuck them
It's the
up.
guy who doesn't laugh. It's the guy who just instantly denies it. Me? What? No. I can explain those gambling debts.
And then yeah, we just make it a trend of kids going around secretly like saying like, hey, I know you're a spy.
yeah, I remember when I was in.
It would really fuck them up.
When I first got to my first submarine command, they had us watch all these OPSEC, Operation Risk Management, ORM, fucking
Operational
the
security.
The greatest risk is an insider threat. But I remember watching these videos on how, people are going to approach you in public, and it's usually women, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, what do you do? What's that like? When are you guys leaving? And I was like, this shit is so fucking fake. Who would turn on their country? You know, because you're gonna
For a
Absolutely.
crumb
Because-
of pussy.
because espionage is.
Some guy just burnt himself alive.
Yeah, I saw
For
that,
what?
bro. Hang on, let's wait a second.
He
not
did it for the
even
right
go there.
reasons.
Yeah, I
He's
agree.
a G-man.
I agree, but I want to know which one of you fucking went on 4chan and radicalized his incel ass. But anyway, so I was watching all this,
It was
and then
Helen.
and then and then me, because I mean, espionage and treachery. What is it? Espionage and treason. That's minimum life in prison, and they can execute you for it if you're in the military. So
I love watching spy documentaries, man.
So me, fast forward like a year, me and my boy Calhoun and my other buddy, we're sitting in a place in Washington State called the Red Apple Cafe.
Okay, Gordon
It's like
Freeman.
an old 1950s style diner with malts and shit. And we're sitting there, and this woman comes in. She's probably about 35, brunette. Sits down across from us, puts her purse down. She has this like clear raincoat on, like fucking Blade Runner. And we're talking, you know, we're in uniform. So she's like, she's like, what are you guys having? What are you having there? What is the drink you have? And I was like, oh, this is a strawberry fucking I'm a fag milkshake, you know? And she's like, how is it? And I was like, it's pretty good. The blackberry is really good because they get the blackberries, they source them locally, and then they make them into this milkshake. And she's just like glaze-eyed looking past me, and I'm like, she doesn't care. But I'm married. I had no interest in smashing this woman, but I'm just trying to make conversation. And then she's like, are you fellows in the Navy? We're in the uniform. We're like, yeah. Like, what boat are you on? You know, and we told her. She instantly knew we were submariners, which tells me she knew what our warfare pins meant. So immediately I was like, wait a minute. How does she know we're submarines? This is a huge, the biggest base here is surface Navy. And then there's an air base in Whidbey. So how does she know we're submariners when we're right in the middle? Unless it's just a super good guess because we all look like we have Asperger's. So I'm like, okay, she's fucking getting kind of close. And she's like, my husband is on the Alabama. I was like, oh, maybe she's a wife. Okay, this makes sense. She's like, do you know when they come back? When the boat comes back? I was like, oh, we're not allowed to talk about that. She's like, I'm a spouse. She can tell me. I just want to know when to make plans. I want to make plans for his homecoming and when to tell his family. I was like, even if I knew, we couldn't tell you. And then we get up to leave, and I tipped $5. Blakemore tipped $5. So Calhoun, we go back inside, and Calhoun's like, or outside, sorry. And Calhoun's like, I forgot to tip. So he goes back in, and we're looking through the window, and he's talking to the woman. And then he comes out, and he's got this big shit-eating grin on, and he's like, she gave me her phone number, dude. I was like, bro, first of all, she said she's a submarine spouse. Then she gives you her fucking phone number after she asked us a bunch of highly classified Q clearance level questions, and we were all just like, I thought it was just the consensus that we all knew and acknowledged without saying it, that she was trying to dig info out of us. You know, I mean, they send these women over and they send the men too, because in the Marine Corps and the Navy especially, I know it's a big joke about submarines, the most gays I met were in the Marines. And they're just open about it now, you know what I mean? But they would send men to the gay clubs to ask stuff. They'll get you drunk and get you talking. But they had the shore patrol. They would catch people all the time. If they were too drunk, they'd walk around. But anyway, I don't want to get into too much of it. I just thought that was fucking hilarious.
So you thought you had an unspoken code between you and your comrades.
Meanwhile, that retard goes in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I got her number, dude. He's all excited. He's from fucking Calhoun, Georgia, and his name was Calhoun. I thought that was funny as hell. But sorry, Warner Robins, Georgia. But
Morgan Freeman.
Gordon Freeman.
Yeah,
Gordon Freeman.
So there was that, and then the other thing was there was an officer from one of the submarines down there who got caught, charged, and convicted of espionage and treason. He was a Chinese guy. And I thought, naturally, he must have done it because he had loyalties to China. Turns out he was like $60,000 in gambling debt and wanted them to pay it off. That's it. $60K. This guy was an officer, which means he went to college and graduated. So he probably had double that in student loans. But because he had $60K in gambling debt and was afraid that the Navy was going to find out and kick him out, he was selling them information. Right?
Dude, all the stories I hear about spies doing like or not spies, but like people selling information, they sell it for so cheap.
Yeah, I know.
Like $15,000.
It's never anything.
Bro.
Yeah, it's never anything you
I'd
think.
be like, no, your fucking bitch ass country can cough up $5 million for this fucking.
Yeah, they're gonna kill me if they catch me doing this. So I'm gonna need
like
more than a down payment on a used car.
On a Hyundai.
Yeah, I don't want a Kia. Kia is top of the line. Kia is brand new car in Russia.
Top of the line.
Kia is brand new car in Russia.
Come on,
don't get offended, Helen. I know that's your home country, but you know, Kia is top of the line in Russia. What is problem? What is problem, huh?
Not sweating at all. Well, since the bar is so low, for espionage when it comes to financial matters, think about how it is for U.S. politicians. All the same, we're not talking high level, like Nancy Pelosi or whatever. We're talking just simple, lower house congressmen and House representatives.
I gotta stop talking.
For $25K, for $25K, they'll do contract bidding. They'll do all kinds of bullshit for you.
This is something I thought about the other day, and I listened to the last podcast and realized how much I cut in. It's just my ADHD, bro. I was thinking a couple days ago, Most, I was like, how are these career politicians, Congress, Senate, House of Representatives? I looked it up. Most of these elections, they run unopposed.
That's true.
They make
That's
the
right.
rules of entry very high. It's 35 is the age cutoff for most of them.
Very circumstantial.
I think the reason they make it 35 is because by 35, most men and women have families, careers they can't just walk away from, right?
Not me, baby.
So these
Bachelor.
career politicians, anyone can just run against them. Like a Pete Buttigieg, for example, who was like a small town mayor, turned 35, ran for president. Now he's the director of transportation in the U.S. just because he's gay, you know, and that's why planes are falling out of the sky and trains are running off the railroad tracks. But anyway,
What?
Sam,
Dude.
gay, I can get a
Yeah.
100K hour job.
yeah, you would think a gay would know how to run a train.
That was so funny.
No,
that was actually really fucking funny.
You
thank
said what for a wrong reason, Savage. You were morally outraged.
So
for the wrong
anyway, what I'm saying is,
What are you, gay?
anyone can run if you have the prerequisites. And as soon as you throw your hat in the ring, lobbyists, special interests, and donors are going to come at you and be like, here's money, take this. And even if you lose, Bernie Sanders, multiple times, Bernie Sanders, you're still going to make millions and you're still going to have 2 homes in Delaware, Bernie Sanders. And it's like, why the fuck aren't you could make a career out of losing elections like Abraham Lincoln
Helen,
did.
I know
Abraham
you're a spy.
Lincoln lost so many fucking elections before. I'm just saying. Why is
There's no need for slander against Bernie Sanders. He is a
Baroni
real
Sanders?
lifelong politician who fought and made multiple bills pass on through the Senate who actually helped the U.S. workers.
To the Senate.
Through the Senate. He's a good politician who has
Who
been,
didn't do nothing.
That's a hypocrite.
well, agree to disagree.
Okay. Moving
oh,
on.
Moving on to American Pie.
I
American
would
Pie.
have had Bernie
Please.
Sanders in there just because of health care. I think we need it. But I think I got to say this. Okay, I hate talking about politics because I like being funny. What people that want universal health care don't understand, that people who were in the military or prison will understand, is as soon as you allow the government to come in that aspect of your life where they're controlling your health care, they're controlling now all aspects of it. Because if they're paying for it, they own it. The food you eat, how much exercise you get.
They're
the type
controlling
of-
which piece
the
of
type
turd
of-
you piss on.
the
stuck
type
to the
of
toilet.
I'm being completely and extremely serious here. They're gonna harp on your nutrition. They're gonna be like, well, now we have more control over what your kids eat, more control over what goes into your food, shit like that. And it's also, here's the worst part, if you look at like Canada's system, talk to Canadians, and don't get me wrong, it's free, I get it, and everyone deserves it, right?
The
But
waiting queues are long.
the queues are long and the treatment is not that good because they have so many fucking people and they're not making the kind of money that the doctors in the U.S. make. But here's another thing I will say. The 3rd leading cause of death in America is medical malpractice. That is not...
It's medical marijuana.
That is not, he came in with a gunshot wound, we tried our best, but he died of tension pneumothorax. That is, he came in, we forgot to read on his chart that he had a heart murmur, we hit him with adrenaline and killed him. That's malpractice.
Yes, I'm a female.
And-
yes, all the nurses were female.
And that is the 3rd leading cause of death in America. I think that,
It's
and
females.
they won't tell you that. If you look up the 3rd leading cause of death, it'll say like carcinogen cancer, alcoholism, heart failure, drunk drivers. But what you don't realize is
Retardation.
if you look up the numbers between number 2 and number 3, the numbers for medical malpractice are higher than number 3 on the official list. They just don't add it because they don't want you to know. I'm serious. Like, look up the numbers for medical malpractice deaths in America, and then look
If it's
up.
not in the news, I'm not gonna look it up.
Okay. Anyway, I just think that's funny. I think it's going to open the door to a lot more medical malpractice because during COVID, my aunt passed away
Provid.
because they put a lot of people on ventilators that didn't need to be, right? So she goes
Yeah.
in there, and a fucking veterinarian student, okay? I've heard this whole story from my uncle because they're suing the shit out of him. A veterinarian, they were so short, quote unquote, on doctors that a veterinarian student was treating my aunt in an emergency room. A veterinarian, not a veteran doctor, a veterinarian, a fucking a dog doctor that was in school for it, not graduated, was treating my aunt and killed her because she didn't need to be intubated and he intubated her, and she died because her brain was like, oh, we don't need to breathe anymore. This machine's doing it. And then she died. They killed my aunt. That's medical malpractice, right? Mm-hmm. And then, they anyway, moving on. American Pie.
Moving on. American Pie.
There'll
please,
be a lot
thank
more.
you.
There'll be a lot more of that because the confusion and chaos that's going to come with it. When everyone in America who's so used to having all this freedom over what they get to eat, how little to no exercise that they do. Like if they brought back the presidential fitness test that was around when I was a kid, people would lose their fucking minds because all these kids would be dying of undiagnosed asthma and undiagnosed diabetes and shit. It'd be mostly poor kids, let's be honest, because the food that they eat is shit. But that's what
absolute shit.
Yeah, and it's fucking garbo. Like I hear black people all the time making fun of the way white people cook, but you go to their house and they're eating fucking top ramen out of the microwave.
That's right.
And then they're
cereal
like,
sugar.
y'all don't be putting
diabetes bombs.
Y'all don't be putting no seasoning on that shit, bro. If I use fresh garlic, fresh onion, fresh shallot, fresh parsley, why do I need to season it, dog? I got fresh everything. You just dumped all that dry, dehydrated powder in. Guess what dehydrates that? Salt. You're just putting salt on all that shit. And then when you can get away with it, a little fucking sugar and a little hot sauce. That's why your feet are all falling off, because you're all fucking diabetic. Anyway, American Pie. I just watched it with my family.
We finally got to a good topic. I had to get through the slew of bullshit.
We need to just start doing 2 episodes and then put one on the coffee so people got to pay for it, pay $1 a month. That's how we fund this.
That's a very good idea.
Okay.
I could talk for another hour. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm an alpha. I'm a stud. I don't give a fuck. I'll talk for an hour. You think I give a fuck?
I'm a stud, not like you. I don't have to find someone to
I smoke my cigars wherever I want.
Why? Because I'm ballsy. I'm a stud.
I'm ballsy.
Wife comes in, I'm like, no, what are you doing? Close the door.
Dylan.
Close it. Spot's gonna come in here and be like, the kid is asleep and his stomach is upset. She still sees my son as like a 5-year-old, I swear to God. She won't let him get himself up in the morning. He's perfectly capable of it. She still puts lays his clothes out and stuff. And he doesn't want her to do it. She's just like, he's my baby. Like, I swear she wants to feel needed, It's kind of adorable. But anyway.
No disrespect, but is your kid good looking?
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Very handsome fella.
If I ever have kids, while you guys are playing Sims 4, well, maybe our viewers do, right? I'm going to be playing Sims 6. Right, I'm gonna be doing looks maxing, fucking, best nutrition. Everything. Best nutrition, fucking.
Well, I give him. I intentionally give him complexes. Is it complexes or complexes? I've always said complex and complex differently. Anyway, I give him complexes.
Well, what do you mean by that?
What I mean is when I see him go in the cabinet, he'll pull out like some cereal, and I'll be like, soon your metabolism's going to slow down and all those sugar-covered simple carbohydrates are going to catch up to you and you're going to be a fat fuck and you're not going to be able to lose the weight because you're going to go, fuck, I can't breathe and I shouldn't have eaten all that bullshit. You're creating bad habits, kiddo, and they're going to be hard to break when you grow up. And then I'll catch him a couple days later boiling eggs and I'll be like, what are you doing? I made dinner, and he'll be like, those are simple carbohydrates covered in sugar. I don't want to be a fat fuck. I'm raising a little Chad, bro. And,
that's right. Yep.
Some people would see that and go, you're mentally abusing him. No, I'm teaching him fucking discipline. I can tell you were raised by a single mom, though. Why don't you go see how far you can get, see how many knuckles you can get in your ass, okay? And pretend you're fucking, still in the closet and we can't all tell that you're secretly a fucking queer, John, That's why you take those long showers. You're in there huffing poppers sitting on a dildo. We hear you suction cupping it to the fucking side of the shower in there. Like a plunger ripping the fucking tile off the wall. Shut the fuck up. Let me raise my goddamn little mini Chad the way I want. Because he'll beat the shit out of your kid. Okay? And then bite his neck like a fucking tomcat. Anyway, American Pie. Okay?
American Pie. What the fuck
my
is
kid's
American
gonna fucking
Pie?
rape your kid. Spartan Warrior style, bitch.
Is it a movie?
It's a movie. By the way,
well,
one more digression. Had a conversation the other day with a lady. She said homosexuality. Somebody was complaining about how the new Alexander the Great documentary, he's gay, on Netflix. Of course he is. She said
a little bisexual. You know
she
how
said
it is.
all those warriors were gay back then. It was accepted back then. They were all gay. I was like, no, they weren't. Sparta was known to have young boys that were squires to the warriors. And she's like, yeah, and they had sex with them. And the gay guy was like, yeah, get over it. I'm like, wait, you're arguing that it's okay because there were pedophiles that were Spartan warriors. And when I said the P word, they were like, wait a minute, whoa! You know? I was like, no, a young boy with a grown man who is his protege, and then he's like, we're fucking. That's pedophilia. That's a man raping a boy, you know? You're just saying, yay, this is a win, celebrate. Because, celebrate what, pedos? I don't, like, do you not, this is the whole, like, I only see what's right in front of me.
What's the deal with airline peanuts?
What's the deal with Spartan pedophiles? Yeah, it's, and then I looked into it, and it's not true. Like, it's not, they just made the shit up. There were some instances where it was like a father-son. That's where the term platonic relationship came from, because Plato and Aristotle had that type of relationship. I think it was Aristotle. Fact check me on that. But they had a platonic relationship where one was the mentor of the older boy. And they're trying to shove and shoehorn their fucking their deviant homosexual fantasies that they apply to everything. It's like being around a horny ass 14-year-old where we all had that friend in school that's just like, I'd fuck her. I want to see her titties. Big juicy titties. It's like that, but gay.
I'm
you know
still
what I mean?
that guy.
But these people are like 35, and they're still
I'm 31.
It's so cool that Alexander the Great fucked little kids. Like,
I didn't fuck him.
Anyway, American Pie.
Oh, wait. Small little digression. Savage, you do poppers?
Small little microaggression. Motherfucker, what do you mean by poppers?
You microdose on poppers, right?
Poppers being...
Don't do those.
I don't
bro.
know what the fuck poppers are.
Don't do poppers. Poppers are these.
I want to do poppers.
Don't do poppers.
Please.
Don't do poppers.
Please.
It's really bad for you.
No.
What the fuck is a popper?
A popper is like they market it as VHS cleaner. Gays use it because it raises the carbon dioxide in your muscles and it loosens your muscles up, so they can fucking fuck each other in the ass easier. Oh, it's natural. It occurs in nature. You just need to put gallons of lube, take drugs so that it doesn't hurt, and then stretch both of your rectums out to the point where you don't bleed when you're getting sodomized. But it's natural. It occurs in nature. Look up homosexual behavior in animals.
What are you, gay?
It's not real. It's same-sex behavior.
It wasn't gay back
There's
then.
no homosexuality in animals. There's not.
Grab onto the nearest tree and hang on for dear life.
I looked into...
We were called pole fancies.
Pole
we used to play
fancies.
legs a spread and dandy butt.
Dandy butt. They literally say the argument for homosexuality in nature, which it's not even homosexuality. They call it SSB, same-sex behavior. this is their argument. Well, sometimes they do genital licking. So that's like a boy dog pees and another boy dog comes up and sniffs his dick and then licks the pee. They're gay. That's what they're saying. That's literally their argument.
I did something gay last night, actually.
All right, here we go.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Sure, tell us.
I made a dick cone.
What?
That was yours, though.
It was
I
my
know.
own dick.
It was yours. You're gay. You masturbated. You're gay.
But every time I think about it, every night before I go to bed, I jerk a dick off. That's fucking gay.
You beat off every day, bro?
Dude, every night. Sometimes 3 times a day, dude. I got the libido of a fucking...
You're my age, bro. You do it every day, bro?
Bro, I got the libido of a fucking... I don't know.
You know what I noticed? When I would be on deployment, I can go weeks without pussy when I'm here, when I'm at home. But when I was on deployment, I would be so horny for my wife.
I'm like a wolf.
Like, I would be so horny for my wife.
I have a cycle.
Like, I remember one time...
a month I get horny.
I got in my rack, and I got my new pillowcase out because I brought 2 new pillowcases, and I would sweat a lot. I'd sweat a lot on the boat because the fucking ventilation was shitty. So I would swap pillowcases halfway through deployment.
Dude, swap nut.
So I got my pillowcase out, and it smelled like my wife because of
like
the laundry detergent she uses, and it instantly made my dick hard.
Oh, I bet. Oh, yeah. When you're, like, not near feminine things,
Yeah, bro.
You smell like a fucking...
Yeah.
Like, sometimes a girl's, like, just, like... If a girl comes in and they're wearing that, like... My dad makes $1 million a year and gives me money, and I have a trust fund, and he pays for my college, like, $200 perfume. That shit smells so good.
Yeah, no, you're right. When I was in jail, I was mopping the hallways.
That shit'll make me...
This is why there shouldn't be female guards, by the way, in male prisons. I'm mopping the hallway, and it's all stone and metal. It's all stone and metal. There's nothing to absorb smells. There's
pretty
nothing.
metal.
There's no carpet, no fabric, nothing. So No, blankets are wool. So if this woman walks by me, she's a guard. They're not supposed to wear fragrances. She walks by me. I didn't even talk to her, didn't acknowledge her, didn't look at her. Walks through, goes through the other door, leaves. The smell of her conditioner in her hair just wafted and lingered. And I was just like, oh my fucking God. This is like those movies or cartoons where they spray
it makes you
pheromones
regret
on a
everything
guy.
you did. And you're like,
I'm
wow,
like,
why couldn't I just not broke the law?
Why am I a racketeering fraud artist?
Yep, why am I doing this? I can
But
just...
yeah, it was just like...
Dude, you popped a bone with just like poppers, bro.
Poppers!
Poppers!
Female
Yes.
poppers!
Pop a balloon, bro.
Do you want to try homosexuality, but you're too scared it hurts? You tried to stick your pinky in there, and it hurt so bad you cried. Well, try poppers! Marketed as VHS cleaner, even though no one has a VCR.
When you said you were mopping up, was it a submarine or prison?
When I was in prison, I was mopping. If I was on a submarine,
Right,
I said swabbing.
I thought you were gonna say you're gonna saw some white jizz on the floor. That's what you were mopping up.
I actually never... I saw one gay thing in 10 years of submarine service. I walked in... I was actually just telling my buddy who came to visit me. We served together. I was telling him about it. A guy who I did not know he was gay at all. A mutual person that was on the boat with us. I didn't know this guy was gay. His name, I'm going to say his name. His name was Four. Nobody knows him.
Fucking gay.
So Four comes on the boat, and they immediately put him up there with us because he wasn't qualified to stand any operational watches or anything. So he... I didn't know he was gay. I thought he was just. I thought he was just. I thought he was shy, right? And I thought because everybody's new. At first, you're new. Most of them are kids. They're overwhelmed. They're on a fucking warship, you know, and we're fucking thousands of feet underwater, man. So it's or hundreds.
I feel like I'd get hard if I was on a warship. Was there anybody that was just like frothing because they were a fucking
there are a couple
military
people that
member
are
that
gung-ho
were just
as
like,
fuck.
fuck yeah, look at this fucking ship.
Being in a submarine for the first 2 weeks, after the first 2 weeks hits and you realize you're stuck no matter what you want to do. If you open the hatch, you're going to die. If outside gets in, you're going to die. You're basically in outer space. But anyway, so
Can there just be a free-for-all if you know you're all going to die? Like,
so there's this
y'all wanna
okay,
just
that's funny.
free-for-all?
That's funny that you mentioned that because there's a thing called a jam dive. So a jam dive is when the submarine gets jammed in the dive position, which means nose down.
Submarines, right? Now what happens
Yeah.
during hot bunk switching?
Well, hot racking is when you have to share racks. So when one guy gets up, you get his rack. They call it hot
puts
racking
it in.
because you know how when you get up out of a chair, the chair's still hot.
You get up out of a man.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So the jam dive scenario, there's no way of recovering. There's been a couple
show you a
submarines
jam
that have
dive
gone
scenario.
down through jam dive. I don't know if they've officially happened. Anyway, rudder gets stuck in dive. It's jammed. It's called jam dive. So the thing on the boat is, hey, sea warrior. We don't say shipmate on submarines. Hey, sea warrior. Who's your jam dive? Your jam dive is the guy you're gonna jump in the closet with and fuck while the sub's going down. There's a lot of homosexual jokes on the submarine, which is why it's never gonna work that they're letting women on board. Everything has a sexual reference.
So if I see like a boatsman guy, like a Navy man, can I say, did you have a jam dive
If
partner?
he's a submariner and you say, who's your jam dive, he's going to instantly laugh his ass off.
I
He's gonna be like,
hope so.
who do you know and what boat were they on? Jam
Oh,
dive.
I know.
So everybody would pick because every boat has a gay dude on it. Every boat has a gay dude on it. Our boat had 6 gay guys on it out of 200 people.
His
And
job was
they
the
were
glory
called,
hole.
They were called the Rainbow Six. Their name, we didn't
the
give it to them.
Rainbow Six.
And everyone would pick one of them as their jam dive because it's the closest thing to a woman.
They're
Me,
like, well-
I always said the captain.
Me and Captain.
I was like, I'm
Captain,
gonna
I got
go.
my eye
I'm
on
going
you,
straight
bitch.
up there, and I'm fucking the
Straight to the
captain.
top.
Where we're dying, I'm gonna be fucking trying to wrestle his his poopy suit off of him. That's the coveralls you gotta wear. The coveralls are called poopy suits. I'm going straight to the CO stateroom, kicking in the door, and I'm being like, spread them. We're going down. And which I mean, if you're stuck in
Sound
jam
like
dive,
Red Dead
you're
guy.
gonna be dead in a few minutes, bro. Because it's not. I mean, you're dead so fast.
You're whispering in his ear. You're gonna be dead in a few minutes, bro. Just take it.
Captain, sir. Captain, we just hit
Just take it,
2000
dude.
feet. Captain, we don't have much time.
Captain, we don't have much time.
Captain, respectfully request you drop your trousers.
I respectfully request you relax your sphincter muscles.
Captain,
Protocol 6.
torpedo tube 2 loaded.
Do you hear that? People gotta make it to
Man,
the end
battle
of this
station's
podcast.
anal. Yeah. Oh my god, dude! I hope some bubbleheads out there are listening to this someday. And just
No, they're not because you weren't recording properly.
Oh god, I hope fucking not, dude. But yeah, so we're at 1 hour 8 minutes. American Pie.
American Pie. Hold on, just a small digression.
Wait, don't do it. Don't do it.
Small transgression.
Because then we're gonna keep going on these tangents,
Just a
bro.
small transgression.
This is the most tangential fucking. Okay.
American Pie.
American Pie. Watched it with my son and wife tonight. He wanted to watch it. So there's a scene at the beginning where I'm assuming they're all high school kids. It doesn't say they're 18. I'm assuming that they're 16, 17, around that age.
I'm hoping they're
very
17.
very sexual movie. I mean, for those of us who've seen it. There's a scene in the beginning where the main character, who's a teenager, his dad comes in and he's like, "Hey there, son. So I bought you some magazines." And he sits down and starts pulling out these dirty magazines and giving them to his son. And he's like, "This is a clitoris, blah, blah, blah." And I was thinking, this is how fucking psychotic society has become on both sides.
Is two
One
clits
side-
called the clitori?
Yeah. One side, I've always thought clitori was the plural form of clitoris, by the way. But one side would say, no, that's not enough. The parents should have sex in front of him and they should be free to do that, the far left side. Then you got the far right side that's like him showing his son those Penthouse magazines is pedophilia and he should go to jail. And then I was thinking, that is technically contributing to a minor, giving pornography to a minor. That is technically child exploitation according to the law. So that's how laxed society was with that kind of stuff back then. And now everything people freak out thinking is pedophilia. I'm not defending pedos, right, by any means.
I am.
But then there's this scene where they set up this camera and the exchange student comes in and she's getting naked. And then all the boys are watching the hidden camera to see her get naked. Now she's a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, so that's child porn.
Filipino?
They're all it's a beautiful brunette, but she's an exchange student from Germany, even though she has no accent. Makes no sense.
I got a plot for a new anime.
So
High school girl comes in with huge tits. I'm talking some real bong kong, some real.
Okay, let me finish this because if I keep getting distracted, but I'm just thinking. All of those guys are watching child pornography. If they're watching this girl, she's supposed to be a high school girl, right? This is all Google's gonna hit this for how many times I say child pornography.
Yeah, slow the fuck
so
down.
I'm gonna say CP from now on. So they're all watching this, but then the guy doesn't realize that when he shared it to everyone in their school. So then everyone in their school is at home watching this video of this girl naked masturbating on a bed, who's in high school. And I'm just sitting here thinking, looking at this movie from 99 with 2024 brain going, people would see this now and it would be all over fucking Twitter. Like this is they're pedophile apologists. They're promoting voyeurism. This funny teen movie.
Joe Biden would really like this movie.
That every horny teenager would have, we all thought that way. But they
chocolate
just watching this now, it's just like, what? And then the girls, the mom fucks Stifler's mom fucks the guy, but that's the only time they say an age because he just turned 18 or whatever. Imagine if the roles would have been reversed and it would have been a 50-year-old man fucking a girl who just turned 18. You know what I mean? I don't know.
That'd be cool, man.
The whole movie.
Right on, brother, man. That's right.
18
yeah,
play ball.
Get in there like swimwear.
If there's grass on the field, play ball.
Fucking, I was just.
You got soft hands, brother. If you ain't fucking an 18-year-old.
If they ain't got calluses. Yeah,
People around me will tell me they're like 26, 27. They're like, yeah, 18's too young for me. I'm like, you're a dumbass.
I don't.
There's a 50-year-old dude that's making a legal porno right now with an 18-year-old dude. What the fuck is the problem?
I don't think it's too young.
Legal.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't think it's too young, so people
They're too
can hate
stupid.
on me.
Yeah, that's the point.
Those rules.
Easy fuck oven.
In some states, it's 16. I think it's
in fucking Canada. It's fucking
16. Yeah, I mean in Georgia,
UK
it's
or
16.
something.
But my whole thing is like, I'm not interested in doing anything like that with a woman that age because I like gals who aren't gonna fucking lay there nervously and act like they're doing me a favor the whole time. I like a woman who knows. I like a woman who's fucking comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you,
Savage, you fuck dead woman?
A dead woman? No. A
Oh, what's
very
that
virgin
syndrome?
woman.
Narco something?
Yeah,
Narcoleptic?
narcolepsy.
No, yeah.
I didn't know
narcolepsy.
she was dead. Okay, we did some fentanyl, or we did some oxycontin. I didn't know they were laced. I'm sitting there banging, and I was like, "Damn, this pussy's cold."
Cold pussy. That's something so strange to think about.
I grabbed her tit. I thought I grabbed a beer out of the cooler.
Oh god damn it!
I wanted to
pop her nipple like it was the top of the.
I wanted a Michelob Light, not a bitch that's cold as ice.
The Michelob Ice.
Want a handful of titty, not a damn cold natty. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, bro. Yeah,
Oh
man.
god,
I'm just saying. I watched that movie through the lens of a modern, societal boundaries, and it's just so crazy how. Like I made a joke. Yeah, I made a joke the other day because there's this meme where this kid is like pushing this girl up, and they're both like 14. The boy is pushing the girl up, holding her butt, so she can reach these cookies. And the meme says, "Damn girl, why you need them cookies when you got all this cake?" Right? It's a funny meme. So I shared it and I tagged my wife and I said, "Yeah, you're a pioneer woman with that wagon you're dragging." All these people commented on it like, "Yikes, Jeffrey Epstein," like acting like I was talking about the girl or me sharing that meme was pedophilia. It's like, bro, you're so hyper vigilant now because you're just as brainwashed as the leftoids that you hate. That everything you see, you have to spin it into this pedo, conspiracy. And it's like, dude, you're just as bad or worse as the ones that everything is racist, everything is sexist. You're
They're
the
probably all
same fucking
pedos.
way. That's the thing. I really think it's some projection.
They're just like, why can't I
think
get
it's
away
like
with it like these guys? So
Well, I think a
blatantly.
lot of those zealots are really they're ashamed of themselves. So when they talk about people that get accused of things like people that like they talk about Epstein's and stuff, I think it's them they're subconsciously talking to themselves and berating themselves when they say things.
Yep.
But the other thing is a lot of the cases of guys going to prison for pedophilia and stuff, it's mostly entrapment cases. It's mostly like we set up a sting and busted these guys. We messaged them on Plenty of Fish and we made them fall in love with us. We knew they were lonely. We knew they were incels. And then when they were at their most vulnerable, at their most low IQ because they were horny as fuck, we said, "By the way, I'm 15, but I'll be 16 in a month and I'm legal." So then the guy goes over there and it's not going to matter. No one's going to catch us. I'll be legal in a month. And the guy goes over there, and instead of doing the trick I taught the pedos on the podcast, order a pizza and send it to the house. But, God, that's going to get misrepresented. Anyway, see what I mean, though? I'm worried about it now, and I'm just trying to be fucking funny, because it's funny. But they're worse than the fucking...
We don't gotta put this in.
Yeah, no, we can. They're worse than the everything is racist people. They're just as bad.
Everything is racist.
Yeah. Like the black people that
Everything
see,
you do
or not the black people,
is
sorry,
about-
because it's mostly white people who are offended for black people. Let's be honest. Most black, I know. Anyway, that's just. Let me see the other notes I took because I want to cover all this. I don't care how long this goes.
Oh wait,
Fuck
you
it.
said take notes. By take notes you mean masturbate violently for
3 times
Monday
a
to
day.
Monday, right?
Yeah, I just wrote down some stuff I thought would be funny. So
We're past, man. We're past an hour and 30.
yeah,
Almost.
we're an hour 17.
What?
Yeah. Did you guys ever? By the way, did you guys ever snoop through your parents' room when you were a kid, like when they were
Fuck
gone?
yeah, dude! I go in our closet all the time, pull out weird shit.
Did you for real? Like, be honest. Did you guys ever?
Yeah,
snoop?
there's like it was like a mystery in there, bro. It was
Yeah,
a
like you weren't
Narnia,
allowed. I
some
wasn't
shit.
allowed in my parents' room, so as soon as they left, I remember like snooping. And then I
I'd
remember
break- I'd
when I
open
got
the damn door
strong.
and she thought it was locked. I'd be like, bitch.
Yeah, we always
male.
do. We always do the little cheats.
A human males won
Oh,
World War
bro.
II. You think I can't get through this wooden door?
I remember the day I realized
20-year-olds
I
were
was,
flying
I was
P-51s.
strong enough to lift the mattress because I saw in a movie this woman was playing with herself, and then someone came in and she slid the toy between the mattress, and I was like, "Ew, no way! That's probably where my stepdad keeps his nudie mags." So I went in there and I realized I'm strong enough to lift
enough.
the mattress now, and there was like 7 magazines and like 4 dildos. And
Keep in mind, my grandpa had been single, and not a single woman had been in the house for years.
that was the joke. Fuck. Anyway.
Jackpot! You found some dildos.
Yeah, and I was like, but then again, I didn't know what they were, so I'm like, Is this like food? Anyway,
You should have called me, bro. I could have helped you, explaining everything.
But then I had to put them. I had to like with my eidetic memory, know exactly how they were laying, like anyone would notice. You know, I was always so curious, like I was a spy going in doing corporate espionage. The computer, the keyboard has to be lined up exactly how it was when it got here, and the chair has to be. No one fucking notices. But I remember, like I really thought my stepdad would know exactly where the VHS tape porno was when he paused it. Like when he got done and took it out of the VCR.
When he got done, took it out of my butt.
I used to have this
and
joke.
then push the stop button on the recording.
I used to have this bit I would do where I would say, you know, I've been going through a sexual dry spell lately. I thought, you know, fuck, I'm kind of worried. I might have forgotten all my tricks. I used to be good at it, but it's been a while.
My nephew moved out.
But then I remembered having sex is just like riding a bike. Once your stepdad teaches you how to do it, you never forget, and your ass only hurts after the first couple of times.
Oh God!
But that one used to kill. But one day I was doing it, and this girl was like, "Are all your jokes about incest?" I'm like, "I was molested, so yes."
I was molested.
Yeah,
Yes.
but yeah, man, I just always thought it was funny how I was so meticulous about putting everything back perfectly how I found it, and I really thought. He's going to know it's the scene where the guy's nutting on the titties. I got to rewind it all the way back to... I wasted like 35... I'll rewound too far. Oh, fuck, I went too far forward, you know? And I had to put the tapes back exactly how I found them, like facing the same direction and everything. And then my brother fucked it all up because he went in there and got them and looked at some shit and then left the tape. He put the tape back up but left the cover, the little cardboard sleeve for the VHS tape. He left it on top of the VCR. And they came in there, of course, and started screaming at me. I was like, I didn't do it. I just took the fucking rap. But anyway, yeah, I always wondered if anybody else ever did that. Did you guys ever get caught sniffing your sister's panties in the hamper?
Caught sniffing my sister's? No.
Me either.
Never
me
get
either,
caught
me
sniffing
either,
my
me
mom's?
either.
Yeah.
Me either.
No, I could never imagine having sex with my mother. You must be crazy.
I mean, you can imagine it. You can imagine it right now.
You must have had a good fucking relationship
I'm
with your mother,
imagining
then.
you doing it, and I don't even know what your mom looks like. I'm just picturing a 50-year-old Russian woman.
A babushka.
However the fuck that looks.
A babushka.
I thought about buying...
My fingers right now, dude.
I'm thinking about buying... I saw this book. It's like tips for raising a gay or non-binary son. I saw this book on Amazon. Tips for raising a gay or non-binary son. And I was like, I'm going to buy that, have it sent here, wrap it up for Christmas, put my son's name on it, and then when he opens it, be like, oh, that's for me. Just to see his reaction.
Oh, that's for me, my bad. What the fuck, Dad?
Yeah, man. It's,
man.
When we were watching American Pie at the very beginning, the music that comes on, it's like waka chicka waka waka, like that old porn music, you know, wow chicka waka waka. And my son goes, "What the hell is that? Gay porn music?" Ha ha ha. And my wife goes, "How do you know what gay porn music sounds like?"
Specifically, gay porn music, not porn.
Helen, that's too big. I said we needed bigger laughs. That's too big, bro.
Some people say I sound like a seagull when I laugh too hard.
I hope that was real, because she fucking owned him with that one.
She did. She really did. Can I talk about kids and sex?
No.
No.
No, please. A lot of the when I was
already
a little bit
did
younger,
for the last 20 minutes. No, just kidding.
Well, let me finish with a thought, right? When I was a little bit younger, when I was in my teenage years, middle and high school and whatnot, right? When I talked about sex, right, and girls with my friends, my teenage friends, my 16, 17, 18-year-old friends, you know, a lot of them were total fucking, just basically
Gay
losers.
No.
Not quite.
Your friends were losers?
And you know, like, how do I find this word? Like, they were
didn't
just
have
like
bitches?
They were unambitious.
They just didn't
No
want to
money,
bring
no
up that
bitches.
topic. They didn't want. They were like Puritans, is what I mean.
Edgy.
Oh, they were Puritans. They didn't want to talk about sex and shit.
Exactly,
Straight edge.
precisely. Straight. Yeah, they're just Puritans. You know, you bring up a topic of
We
like,
don't smoke
what
weed,
girl
we
do you
don't smoke
like?
cigarettes. We go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yeah,
don't
we
have
bring up a
sex.
topic of like what girl would you like to fuck? He's like, dude, chill out, bro.
Dude, chill out, bro. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to-
Wait.
Oh,
Yeah,
that guy, I
chill,
hate guys
bro.
Like that.
Wait, that was
Like,
really...
I fucking
Shut the
hate
fuck
you.
up.
Shut the fuck up, man. I'm
They
telling
really
you.
did
And
that, dude? Because I've noticed
Yeah.
my son's generation's like that too. They don't have that hypersexual. I mean, they do. That's the thing. All their jokes are about gooning, fapping.
Gooning.
Are you a gooner? Or do you be fapping, bro? How many times do you? How far do you bust?
Goon you later.
Yeah, and it's like it's so woven into the culture for kids, bro. I mean, he's been doing this shit since he was like 14, and that's just and it's because of the online influencers, like the video game streamers and shit.
Oh, absolutely.
That
Can
he
I finish
watched-
my
Yeah,
thought?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
very important. I think that back in your age, right, when you were 20, back in 2000s, right, let's say early, late, whatever.
2010.
When, right, you know, like you're a byproduct of a time where pornography wasn't readily available and accepted to and by everyone. You know,
fair.
where men's mind weren't like desensitized to erotic content by selected hardcore pornography. You know, but Zoomers right now.
I remember
again,
the first time I saw a porn with anal sex in it, I was like, "You can do that?" And it was like 10. Like I had watched porn growing up because I had very progressive grandparents. But when the first time I remember the '90s porn, the first time there was a pool scene and the guy took his dick out of the pussy and put it in her ass, and at first it made me like sick. I was like, "Ooh!" And then she was just, and then all of a sudden,
And then she was just taking it.
then porn was just like,
Then I was like,
then it
ooh.
just starts out now. You know, 5-10 years ago, the porn started out just straight butt. Then they might go to the pussy. Then it went to they're putting Cheerios and milk in the asshole and eating it. And then it went to they're prolapsing. And now all the porn starts out with a guy pissing on a chick. You know,
That's hot.
It's like it's so fucking crazy how fast they have
You know
to
what's crazy? When I
outdo
was
each other.
younger, my first experience was like nudie images was like on a fucking like a TV that was like so old that it had like the color adjusting knobs on the front of it.
I was just telling my wife.
And
about
basically
that.
like every night, I don't know when I figured it out, but every night at like maybe 9, 10, or 11, if you went to like this certain channel deep into the channel, like pressing the buttons, you know, I would swap it like. There would be a fucking like a bounce wow channel with like a
Yeah,
fucking
I was
woman
just
and,
telling
like,
my son about this, man, when we were
Yeah,
watching that
yeah,
movie.
like, it
And you
happened.
could fuck with the coaxial cable and kind of get the fuzz to go away.
Literally, yes. I had
Yes,
to,
dude.
I had to,
Also,
fuck,
so
I had to
all
fix
of
the
us,
fuzz so much.
so all
dude.
of us that are of that age and older
Yeah,
just
I'm
surf through all of
31,
those
dude.
dead fuzzy channels to
Yep.
see if anything was out there. That's literally just what ham radio nerds do. Channel 33. Anybody out there?
then-
I'm also lonely. Channel
And then
34.
because, my first experience was like moving titties. I didn't never fucking saw the point of like Playboy, or like nudie magazines. Like I never like was.
It was just for me. It was just
maybe
how-
if I'd never fucking seen titties before.
Once
and I
you-
saw a
once you've
magazine,
seen
it'd be
the
on, it'd be
moving
on like
stuff,
Donkey
yeah.
Kong.
The the thing is, like, the female body for us, like Helen's saying, it's not a mystery anymore. For us, it was
Single
like
female lawyer.
it was so mysterious if you saw a girl naked. Like I remember, when I was in, oh god, I don't remember.
Now I have seen tens and thousands of pairs of
Yeah.
nipples, hundreds and thousands.
I was
of
doing
buttholes
something.
and pussies.
Fuck. Oh, my babysitter. My babysitter, she was like 15. I was like 9. She was washing dishes, and she was wearing a white shirt with fucking Tweety Bird on it. Remember those shirts with like Tweety Bird as a gangster and like SpongeBob as a gangster? So she was wearing one of those, and the dishwater was all over her. And I remember she wasn't wearing a bra, and I could see her nipples where her shirt was wet. And I was like, oh my fucking god. Oh, you know what I mean?
And before that, you were just a kid.
Yeah, and then
No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, I mean pretty much, bro. And then
That's what I tell. That's what
but
I
like
always
now, if an 8-year-old now saw that, he'd be like, oh my god, her tits look just like fucking Jennifer White's, the porn star. Oh, I gotta go look up Jennifer White on my
That's why I
iPad.
hate Twitch, bro.
What are you
That's why I hate
doing,
what
son?
Twitch is
Oh, I'm
doing.
playing Minecraft in here. That's the new sound effects. The villagers go, oh, when you hit them now. Yeah, dude.
To finish up my thought, the final sentence I want to say is that primarily I think why a lot of the Zoomers, at least in, again, this is purely anecdotal speaking from my experience, but again, the reason why a lot of the Zoomers are Puritans are mainly because their desire is already satiated by like 2-hour-long mom says fendom jerk off instruction
yes,
videos.
Bro. That's why
you
they're
know?
that's why they're all trans too. It's hypno porn. It's sissy
Oh,
hypno
yeah.
They're
porn.
10.
It's all sissy hypno porn. I'm telling you. When you no, literally, they've done studies on this,
Sissy
and they try
hypno-porn.
to suppress these studies. I found out about this from a guy who identifies as a girl, who told me that he literally was so brainwashed by this shit that he thought he was growing a vagina. This is a smart person.
There
Now,
it is.
If you're lonely and you look at a lot of porno, right? Because he's like, I wouldn't even. No, I swear to God, bro.
Punch that motherfucker right in the
I'm not
mouth.
even being like funny right now. He told me that he would stop jerking his dick and he would start rubbing it like a clit. And that he, like, I'm not. He's like, I would masturbate so much my dick would be soft. I'm just saying, this is what kids, but this is kids in it, bro. But all jokes aside, all jokes aside, bro. These kids watch porn. Kids look at porn a lot, and they're seeing this shit, and they're getting hypnotized by this. You can't get a girlfriend, so be the girlfriend.
Yeah, it's all
What's the matter?
unattainable. First
Don't
of all,
you
the
love
girls
big
can never
black
get
cocks?
dicks that big, and the guys can never get chicks that hot.
It's all there's a direct correlation with anime, Discord services, stuff like Discord and Guilded, online communities. Like anime turns into hentai, which turns into lolly, which turns into shota, which turns into futa, which turns into I want to wear a skirt and feel like a pretty girl because no one looks at me. I'm basically invisible.
Futanari.
I'm telling you, bro, there's a fucking pipeline to this shit that no one seems to be able to comprehend. And when you are a young boy who's going through crazy phases in his life where you're having all these hormonal things happen, why don't girls talk to me? Why don't I just want to be noticed.
Fucking putting their bedposts up their ass.
Then they're watching this porn and they're going, oh, this is an adult person. This is a sexy voice. This is a porn star. And then they get fucking brainwashed by it. Like I got brainwashed by straight porn as a teenager. I thought all women took it in the ass and they liked it when you smacked the shit out of them during sex and spit on them and shit. I thought women liked being degraded because that's the kind of porn that was just fed to me readily. That was the majority of porn in the 2008 to 2015. That was the porn. It was all very hardcore pornography, and I thought that's what women were into. So I saw that as a teenager.
Enough gooning.
Yeah. Anyway.
Enough gooning.
I think I'm on something. I'm onto something. I think you're gonna see in the next 5 years they're finally gonna start admitting that there's a correlation with overexposure to porn as kids, and I think that's why I think they're already catching on.
Carbon, actually, you're just gonna be able to go to a fucking club with that.
I think they're already catching on because a lot of states are banning porn now. No one's noticing that. Have you noticed how many states have banned Pornhub? There's so many states that are banning porn. First it was you need a license to log on.
Why do you need porn? You can just go to Google and type in cum tits.
Have you guys sat and tried to imagine a fantasy lately after all the porn that have rotted our brains?
Yeah, there's only one.
Have you tried to
imagine? There's only one thing. It's my mom. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's your mom for me too. But yeah, it's crazy.
Helen's like, I don't see how y'all can fuck your mom. That's so fucking.
I said your mom for the record. Yeah, my dad though. Damn, Savage has been hanging around Archie too long, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah, man.
You've been hanging around me too long.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me, buddy.
What, bro? We were sucking each other's dicks. It's funny. It's funny.
Look, it's funny. With that guy, he was like, I did it because it was funny.
Put it in my mouth again, Savage. Show him. What's this? This noise is funny.
It's funny. Look, it's not gay. It's funny.
Pretend you're brushing my teeth with it. Pretend you're brushing my teeth.
Look at this. From, dude.
I just
Wasn't
made it
there
up.
a guy that legitimately?
I just made that up. I don't know.
No, there's a story or like a. Maybe you told me it before, but yeah, it's like the whole. Oh yeah, he did it, or he got caught. And they asked him why he did it, and he said because it was funny or something.
It's funny and for the sake of comedy.
It's funny. Yeah, put it in your mouth. Okay, I need to play games, smoke weed, and talk less about Johnny Wang.
Well,
I can help you with that. How about you and I? I do this with a lot of my friends online. We turn on our webcams and we jerk off together.
I knew it.
Never heard of the Dutch rudder?
No, please, come on, just you and I, one-on-one.
The Dutch rudder, it's where you like, I put my hand on your cock, you put your hand on my cock, but then I take my left arm and I jerk your arm that's holding my cock. So I'm essentially like jerking myself off,